What's going on, guys? It's your boy Greg, back with an update on the Charger. As you can see in the background, there she is. Some of the cosmetic mods I've been able to complete on it that I've been wanting to do. And I also want to give you guys an update on the tune. I'm going to put some of that footage from the tune shop in this video at the end, or somewhere in the middle or at the end, whatever. So I'll give you guys an update on that. But if you see, the cosmetic mods are just about back where I wanted. I can actually go ahead and say they are back, because I don't think there's anything else I'm gonna do to it cosmetically right now. The stripes turned out really nice. I did go ahead myself and repaint the hood. As you guys saw in the last video, I showed you how the weathering on the hood of the clear coat had been sitting out in the car had been sitting out at fast lane outside, no telling how long. And then if you go back and look at that video, you'll see how bad it was. I went ahead and sanded and repainted it myself, saved myself a lot of money. I did have a student that his dad and his uncle ran a body and paint shop, and I was going to have them do it, but since I already had the supplies, I ordered the paint from eBay, and it cost me about $108. Did the work myself. I had already done the bumper myself several years ago, before the car went in the shop, and that turned out pretty decent. So I kind of had a little confidence going ahead and giving a shot at the hood, and it turned out really good. I'm really pleased with it. The only thing that happened was I forgot to tack it one last time before I actually put the clear coat on, and so I actually got some dust bumps in there, or dust spots in there, but but it turned out really nice. This low light from dusk really does it justice. The rocker panels, I sanded and repainted. Remember, I had those really bad spots where it was peeling. It just looked so awful. I went ahead and was able to repaint those, sand and repaint those again, and those turned out really nice. Not exactly flawless, but they do the job. Very nice. They turned out, so I'm really happy with those. On this side, sanded and repainted the rocker panels myself. Turned out really good. It does have some dings and scratches, which I'll probably have to have professionally buffed out and taken care of. And then the bumper needs to be refitted. And the stripes I had bought before the car went in the shop, or while the car was in the shop a couple of years ago, anticipating putting those on when I got the car out of the shop. And they had been in the garage in a box for 3 years, and they were still in good condition. Rolled them out. That was actually wet install, and they weren't that hard to put on. They're from decalsforyou.com, if you guys are interested in those. And I thought I had ordered red pinstriping for the sides, and when I opened it, I remembered they were silver, which goes a lot better with the car. And I was glad I did, but I was anticipating red, but remember I had bought silver, so that worked out really nice. The top went on really good. There's the rear. I do have the 5-inch tips. I got those put on a couple of weeks ago at Rainbow Muffler in McDonough, Georgia. So they always do a really good job. When my car was at fast lane, when they removed the exhaust, for some reason they took out my hangers, my exhaust hangers. So they had to jimmy rig the exhaust back on, the catback exhaust the new catback exhaust that I bought. They had to jimmy rig and weld those back on, and then he had to do the same thing with the tips. He made the tips work because I had already bought the tips, and I wanted the 5-inch tips. So they made that work. They always do a really good job up there and take care of me. And I want you guys to see. Well, let me show you the splitter. The splitter I also had as well. I bought that when I bought the stripes several years ago, and the splitter turned out really, really nice. A very low clearance. I think I got about 3 or 4 inches off the ground, so I have to be really careful with speed bumps and inclines and things like that. So that worked out really nice. It's a 4-piece splitter. So this is 1 piece, and you got the middle part here, and this part here on the right side is 3, and then this part added on to the bottom. And it was really easy to put on. So it comes with its own screws and bolts, and those went on. It took me about maybe half an hour to 45 minutes to put it on, and that works out really nice. I've got to get the fog lights to work. The fog lights are not working yet. The wiring from the old fog lights, from the V6 fog lights, are still on there, plugged in, and I couldn't get those to turn on. Even with the taser, I couldn't get them to turn on. So I'm going to go back to the original wiring that came with those lights. So I'm going to put those on, and then I have to rewire another switch for those to work. So I still got to do that. I got this gap in the hood I got to take care of as well. It doesn't look too bad, but I've got to get that. Once I get the bumper refitted on there, that might take care of some of that. What else? Badging. I went ahead and put the badging on. I just thought it was going to look so much better with the badging on it. I've bought the badging again while the car was in the shop, anticipating the 392. I went ahead and bought badging. I also had yellow 392 yellow lettering, but I thought the red, looked better. So I bought the B's. I already had the B's. Bought those from eBay, I think. And this 392 badge in the back that has the B with it as well. And I think I got that from Amazon, I think. So that's the new 392 badge. Those were originally on the Challenger Scat Pack. Left and right side panel badges, and I thought it would look really good on the rear of the Charger. So it was something a little different. So I really wanted to put those on, and they worked out really nice. As far as the brakes, I'm still running the Power Stop brakes, and they are working fine. I did have to stop abruptly a couple of times, and I didn't notice anything. I didn't notice the car struggling to stop, with the heavier engine and the speed. I didn't notice that. I know Brembos are much, much stronger, but I'm not willing to invest in $2,500 worth of brakes right now just to have Brembos. If those are doing fine, the car is doing fine. Again, remember guys, I lowered it with lowering springs, and it is doing fantastic. It handles well, just like it did before, only with more power. I've been having a blast with this car, man. I've been having a blast. Love the way it sounds. I mean, it is just incredible, man. The speed and the torque of this thing is just crazy. I do have, let me show you guys I do have long tube headers. If you look underneath there, those are quite visible. I hope y'all can see that. Those shiny pipes that go down the bottom of the car there, those are the BBK long tube headers. I have catted mid pipes. I do have mid mufflers because I didn't want it to be too loud. So catted mid pipes, mid mufflers, and straight pipe out the back. I don't have any resonators on the back. And just the 5-inch tips. Once I put the 5-inch tips on, it really cut down. I was getting like a really gas smell, like an odor, before I put the tips on. And once I put those tips on, it kind of regulated, how much of that exhaust was kind of going every which way underneath the car. And so once I put the 5-inch tips on, it really did, get those exhaust gases to blow directly out of the back, and they look fantastic. So, yep, man, I've just been, this everything that I've wanted and dreamed about and more. The Super 6 supercharged V6 was great, but this is just a whole nother beast. And I have really been happy with it. Really been happy with it. Was it worth it? The route I took, I mean, I wouldn't do it again. I would go a different route. One thing I would do is I would have gotten a donor car and done it. That would have been much easier. So if you're planning to 392 swap your V6, you know, if you're planning to do that, make sure you get the donor car. It would be much easier. All the parts would be there. We had to buy so many more parts to finish the car, and it was just, you know, more than I anticipated. So make sure that you get a donor car if you're planning to do this project. So this is pretty much a Frankenstein 392, and it is working out great. There's still a few little bugs that I need to work out, small things. We've got the check engine light off, so I'm able to get my emissions. The check engine light, they took off for me to actually get tuned for the long tube headers. And so I'm gonna give you guys the results of that tune in just a moment. But yeah, let me see, I'm trying to think which light was on. The ABS light and the traction control light is on, and I think that's a wheel sensor that I need to take care of, and that'll take care of that. And then the let me see what else. Trying to think what other light was on. Oh, those were the only two lights that were left on. I do have to get the AC. The AC is not working. It does have a new compressor and new Freon, and you know, all the condensers and everything is new, but the AC is not working yet. So I have to figure out. I'm actually going to take it in and see if I can get that taken care of, because it's starting to get hot here in Georgia. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 70 degrees, 68, 69 degrees today. So a beautiful day here, but it's getting ready to get hot here in Georgia, and I got to get that AC taken care of. So the AC and the fuel sending unit, because I'm not getting fuel registration from the fuel tank, so my fuel gauge is reading full all the time. So I've got to get that. So the way I tell my mileage or how much fuel I need is by the range meter on the thing. So I want to get the fuel gauge, fuel sending sensor, and I need to get the there's another sensor I need to get, my steering wheel, so steering angle sensor, because this thing needs to be calibrated, because when they did the engine swap, something with the steering rack, you know, needs to be recalibrated, so it kind of pulls to the left a little bit. But really, once I get on the highway and start driving, oh, that looks good, man. It really straightens out, but at low speeds and just kind of cruising around, it does want to pull to the left. So I got to get that taken care of, and I think that's just about it. Other than that, man, this thing it's just amazing. I mean, it's just been really amazing. I'm gonna start it up and let you guys see how it sounds again. So with the new tune, it sounds different too. So let's see here. Let's start it up. And I was able to put that on. That is not from the new 6.4 PCM. I had to get the taser to do that. Should turn this music off. And yeah, everything works. Okay, so it does have the ABS and traction control light, which is hopefully a wheel speed sensor. So I'll get that get that checked out. But yeah. Yeah, sounds really good. Nice deep growl. Yeah, so as far as maintenance, let's turn this off. Now I did have to go back and do some maintenance on it. So, you know, just to make sure things are working, you know, like it should be working, and, you know, just kind of start taking care of the engine. Let's go in under the hood. I did flush the cooling system, because remember when Brandon poured, if you go back and look at that video when the car was in his shop, when he poured that orange coolant in there, how it immediately turned brown. So I was able to get that, and that thing had so much rust in it and corrosion. I did finally get to drain the cooling system, and I think I did about maybe 11 or 12, 13 flushes. I did use a couple of bottles of radiator flush cleaner. It was so bad I had to use a couple of bottles of that. Flushed and flushed and flushed with water until I got it somewhat clear. It still had a little bit of orange tint to it, but I was able to get it mostly clear, and then that's when I put the purple Dodge fluid in there. So it looks a lot better. So the engine, the cooling system had been flushed. I did do an oil change. The oil was very black. When he did put the oil in his shop back in December, the oil was only in there, well, I guess it was in there maybe 3 months by the time I changed it, and it was very, very black. So I changed the oil in it. I want to, I might actually go ahead and flush the cooling system again, put more new coolant in there in about another month. I think I'll wait about another month, the end of May. It's May 3rd now, so by the end of May, I'll go ahead and put some more new coolant in and get some more new coolant through, running through that cooling system. And then I'll do another oil change to start getting some fresh oil circulating through there, because that probably needs to be changed again, because the engine was sitting so long before it actually went in the car. So before I actually did the job, ordered the job at Fastlane, the engine was already there. It had been sitting. So you're probably thinking about maybe 4 years that engine was sitting. So, but it is doing fantastic. I did add the oil catch can here, so that was pretty simple to put on. I put the Spectra cold air intake on it, and that's been running just fine. A lot of power. I just never dreamed that, you know, of this much power. I mean, it's just amazing. And like I said, it does have the 309 rear differential. I did the new 309 rear differential and the axles on there. So it's a full-fledged 392. You know, everything's there. So moving on to theft and safety. I am running car lock, so I do have car lock. I went ahead and subscribed to them, and I have a wheel locking device. Ouch. Oops. So I do have a wheel locking device, you know, that goes on here. This is just a deterrent. You know, this is just something else. You know, if the thieves break in and try to steal the car, this is just something else that they'll have to deal with. Like I said, I do have car lock. I haven't gotten the 1320 cover for this yet, so I'm going to get that. And I think that's pretty much the start of security that I'm doing now. So hopefully that'll be. The car is in my garage. I don't drive it, man. This thing, that's another thing, man. This thing drinks some gas, boy. But it, you know, driving it around town, it drinks more gas than it normally would. Of course, you know, city, you know, it doesn't get very good city. I think we're getting about 16 miles a gallon city. But highway is much better. If I get it on the road, on the interstate and just ride, you know, it really does a lot better on gas. It just sips gas. But it does drink a lot of gas. I don't drive it every day. I only take it out on maybe like Friday and Saturday and just kind of drive it a little bit. But my daily that I drive to work is my 4Runner. And really when I drive this one, my commute to work is only about maybe 13 miles, maybe 12 or 13 miles. So I have a really good commute to work. It's all 2-lane. That's another thing, you know, you really can't act up in it, you know, here, you know, going to and from work, and because everything out here is just 2-lane. Even all the way to my work, my job at the school, it's only 2 lanes. So there's always traffic and everything. So if I really want to drive it, you know, I have to take it, you know, on the interstate on 75. So, but it is a blast, man. It is a blast to drive. It's a lot of torque, and it's everything that I thought it would be. So, but yep, that's it. Just been having a ball with it. Everything's there. It's finally done. And like I said, I have to take it back in to get those few little bugs worked out. The AC, the wheel sensor to take care of the ABS and traction control, the fuel sending unit, so my gas meter can register, and the steering angle sensor I have to get calibrated. So, but yeah, I don't want to keep rambling. I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to give you an update. And oh yeah, I want to share the tuning results. I have it right here. The tune from Attitude. All right, so they actually got, when the car came in, it was only doing 380. Remember, I had sent off the PCM to Dynamite Performance Tuning. That was the shop that was 3 hours away. I just sent the PCM to them just to get a bass tune, which was a really good tune. That tune got us at 380 at the wheel and 424.82 torque, and that was at 4,000 RPM. And then Attitude ran a max power of 409 RPM. I'm sorry, at 5.6 RPM. So I got 409. I actually honestly thought I would get a lot more out of it, you know, at least about 450 with the long tube headers. But right now it's only pulling out about 409, but a lot of torque. Torque was at 444. So that's very noticeable at low RPM. That's only about 3,000 RPM. But you saw in the video, or you will see in the video, the tuning process. The pulls, I think he did about maybe 3 pulls. So you'll see that attached to this video as well. So, but it's still fast. It's 392 fast. It's just incredible power like I never felt before. Remember my supercharged V6 max power after tuning was 400. So with that supercharged, RIP supercharged V6, I was getting Scat Pack power, so 400 horsepower. But this is just, with that torque, I mean, it's just incredible. So 409 wheel horsepower right now. Or maybe I can get it tuned again at a later date, you know, try to get more out of it. I don't know, but right now it's doing great. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. And I will keep you guys updated on what's going on with the I almost said RIP supercharged, with the new 392 Scat Pack charger. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll get at you later. Peace. Super 6 gang, what's going on? It's your boy Greg, back with the Super 6 slash 392. So I'm out here in Carrollton, Georgia at Attitude Streetcars. Want to give you guys an update on the charger. Right now it's on the dyno. Let's get some footage of this. Jesus. Yeah, just getting it dyno to them, man, and getting everything, all the modules and everything dialed in, because right now it's got a check engine light on. It's asking for active exhaust. I think there are only 2 main codes that it's throwing, but it also has other few stored codes. So to get all of that cleared up, I need to get my emissions, getting all that cleared up. So that's what they're doing. I'm also going to be knowing how much power it makes. They're tuning in the long tube headers and just some little tweaks and modules. I drove it over here, so it was an hour from my house to drive over here to Carrollton, and the car actually drives really nice. So I actually had to have the PCM shipped off. There was another shop in what's the name of the shop in Warrior, Alabama, Dynamite Tuning, which was 3 hours away. So rather than drive there, I actually sent the PCM over to them back in February to get a base can tune. Sent it out to them. They got it back to me within the next couple of days, put it in, and the car actually drives really, really nice. So I brought it over here to Attitude, and they're going to tie in all the modules and everything and get everything running right. So I will give you guys an update and let you know the results of the dyno once everything's done. All right, later. All right, guys, got another pull coming up. Dylan's gonna take the car out and drive it. Just get some footage on it.